Ladies and gentlemen, the biggest disgrace in boxing history has taken place. Jake Paul is ranked. That is right, he is number 14 in the WBA rankings after beating Julio Chavez Jr. Jordan Ellis of Bloody Elbow, he writes, boxing journalist Lance Pugmire revealed, and I quote, told by WBA president Gilberto Mendoza, if Paul wins tonight, that is over Chavez Jr., he will be elevated into the WBA boxing rankings, making him eligible for a title shot at champion Zurdo Ramirez, who earlier that night in the co-main event beat Yaniel Dorticos to retain his WBA Cruiserweight Championship. So, with all this being said, this is the most undeserved boxing ranking in history. The sport of boxing has been around for 150 years, and no one has deserved a ranking less than Jake Paul does right now at this very moment. And if you don't believe me, I'm going to go through his last 6, 7, 8 fights, and you're going to tell me if this is the most undeserved boxing ranking in history. Starting off, Jake Paul just beat Julio Chavez Jr., former middleweight champion of the world, a lot of experience, but he's 39 years old and he just came out of rehab from drug and alcohol problems. Before that, Mike Tyson, one of the greatest of all time, he was 58. That is older than some people's grandparents that I know. And plus he's a heavyweight, so it shouldn't count to his cruiserweight ranking anyway. Before that, Mike Perry, great bare-knuckle boxer, he's found his niche. But in the UFC, he fought at welterweight, that's 170. This fight was around 195. That's an extra 25-pound jump. And plus, in the UFC, in MMA, he was 14-8. That is not a championship caliber fighter right there. The two fights before that, Ryan Borland and Andre August, one of which, Ryan Borland, doesn't even have a Wikipedia page, and the other guy, Andre August, who's an Uber driver. Before that, Nate Diaz, UFC legend, but he's an MMA guy, and he's a former 155-pounder. This was also at cruiserweight. Jake was 190-something. That's an extra, 40-something pounds? Are you kidding me? And before that, it was the Tommy Fury fight. He finally fights a professional boxer, and he loses! This is your number 14 cruiserweight in the world, WBA? This guy deserves a ranking, in your opinion. The WBA has no integrity, they have no honour, they've got no respect for the sport of boxing. Listen, right, with the record, you can fight bums. That's what you're meant to do. You are meant to fight bums, you're meant to fight journeymen, you're meant to fight higher level competition and progress, and the competition's meant to get better and better and better and better each time. But that's not what Jake Paul's done. He's number 14. Why is he number 14? After beating Julio Chavez Jr. and the guy below him, Craig something. Why? He's not. Why? He didn't beat anyone in the top 15. Why does he deserve a top 15 ranking? This is a massive shame and a huge disgrace and a spit in the face to every boxer, every ranked boxer, every champion, everyone at an amateur level, unlicensed level, anyone who's ever touched a pair of gloves. This is a disgrace to every single one of those people. This is a disgrace to you, the fan. Shocking from the WBA. They're not a reputable organisation. Their belt doesn't even matter at this point anymore. After this abhorrent display of an abuse of power and a shocking decision, a clear money grabbing, headline stealing, absolutely disgraceful move that they have performed here. This is why boxing is known as a dirty sport. It's a vile sport. This is like ISO Speed getting into a Premier League team. This is like Mark Zuckerberg getting a UFC ranking. You don't see that happen in other sports because they are professionally run organisations that, yeah, they're a little dirty sometimes, but, they don't show it for the whole world to see. This is the most undeserved ranking in boxing history.